Hello everybody, welcome to today's video. So finally managed to get a week off work, which is phenomenal. So I've had a bit of a rest now, so it's time to do some work on my car. So what we're going to do now in this video is we're going to properly clean it. We're going to decon it. We're then going to machine polish it, and then we're going to protect it. So we're going to do like a paint enhancement. We're not going to do a full correction. I'm not looking for perfection. It's my daily driver, but we are going to see what we can do to make it look absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's the plan. So the weather isn't great this week, so I think it's going to take me a couple of days dodging showers, to be fair. So I won't bore you with the details now of all the products we're going to use. We'll just stick some film together, hopefully it all works out, and I'll talk over it as we go. So let's get on with it, shall we? Let's go and clean a car. So we'll just start by spraying some Surface XD in a pump spray around about 4 to 5% into the wheel arches. So for the wheels, we're going to use Garage Therapy One Wheel Shampoo. Cracking little product this is, thoroughly recommend it. Got it here in my little foamer, just at a weak dilution ratio, just to let it all soak in. Give it a good old spritz absolutely everywhere, and we'll give that a minute just to do its thing. So in with the EZ detailing brush here, just to get inside those barrels. They were pretty clean, to be fair, so this particular wheel didn't need too much scrubbing, but the other ones obviously at the front needed a little bit more agitation, but it really does a good job getting to all the nooks and crannies on my wheels. So in with the other EZ detailing brush here. This is the large bog brush, as we call it, just to give the arches a bit of a scrub, just to get the worst of the crud off of these. Just giving a bit of the tyres a bit of a scrub down. These were pretty clean, to be fair, because I did give them a real good thorough going over the week before. But yeah, it's just part of the routine really, isn't it? Just to make sure you get everything off. But as you can see here, yeah, not a lot to report on the old tyre front. In with a little detail brush here, just to obviously give the lug nut area, the wheel nut area a bit of a clean, and the valve where it's always kind of builds the grime up in there, in those little areas. Give the faces are clean here. This is the Vicam, or one of the Vicam wheel brushes. It's not the big one. I prefer to use the slightly smaller one on my wheels, but it's horses for courses. So we just go around here making sure that we try not to miss any bits and bobs before we get on to the next bit. Once everything's all done, obviously we just give it a nice thorough rinse down. And hey presto, at the end of this we have a clean wheel. So a bit of snow foam action. Here we're using Built Hammers Auto Foam at their recommended PR ratio of 4%. I decided not to do anything previous to this, like a citrus wash or anything, because obviously I wash my car every week, so the paintwork was in fairly good condition anyway. I didn't think it really benefited from like a citrus wash beforehand, so I just went straight in for the snow foam. Leaving this to dwell, as always, a good 5 minutes before we thought about rinsing it off. So after 5 minutes, I rinsed it off. Not really showing the video of that, to be fair. I didn't really think it was quite relevant. But one thing I did want to say or show is that after I rinsed it off, I noticed the water behaviour behind the rear number plate. When I originally got the car 2 years ago, I did this previous, and I applied soft 99 Fuso coat. So obviously behind the number plate, where it's had no physical contact, as you can see here, it's still beading after 2 years. So here we've got Garage Therapy Zero Decon shampoo. So this, according to instructions, you can use in a foam lance as well as in a bucket. So we've got it here. So we've got 400 ml of water and 50 ml of product. and as you can see, it generates a real nice shampoo-y foam. Obviously with 400 ml of product in the bottle, I thought it was only rude not to use the whole lot. So once we got all this car covered, we left it for a good 5 minutes. I couldn't really leave it for any more simply because the sun came out just after I finished laying this on, and it was just starting to dry a little bit on the paintwork. So yeah, I would like to have left it a good couple of minutes extra just to really let it do its thing, but I decided to err on the side of caution on this and get it off just before it caused me more problems than I really could deal with. So as I've never used this Decon shampoo before, I really wanted to see how well it performed. So here we're just looking at the remaining water behaviour before we go in with the contact wash. I just thought it was just interesting to see how well this Decon shampoo would perform at removing anything that's left of the protection that was on the vehicle. So for the contact wash, we've obviously got the Decon shampoo here. Now we're using its max recommended concentration of 65 ml. This is for heavily soiled vehicles or for, as they say, obviously wax removal. And as you can see, it does lather up quite nicely under the pressure. So we're just going to wash the car in the normal way, nothing exciting to report here. The shampoo did perform incredibly well. It really does glide over the paintwork nicely. Fair credit to these guys, they know what they're doing when it comes to their products. Yeah, really easy to use, highly recommend it. Cracking little product really. I'm not going to show you washing the entire car, that would just be pointless, complete waste of your time, and you'd be incredibly bored by the time you got to the end of this video. So yeah, just a little snippet here of the bonnet, and yeah, and then the side of the car in a minute, and yeah, that's it really. You can see it's not the suddiest, it's there, but it doesn't last, if you know what I mean. You can see here where it just sort of like runs off the car and doesn't really leave much behind to really tell where you've been, but it certainly does what it says on the tin, and yeah, it's a cracking little product. And just to complete the step here, just to show you the water behaviour after we've washed it. Yeah, it's degraded it slightly, but not massively, I would say. But I'll leave that to your guys' opinion, and yeah, let me know what you think. So moving on, we are now on Carchem's glue and tar remover. First time we use this product. Yeah, nothing bad to report about it, to be fair. Seemed to do its job. It's always difficult to tell on a black car, as any one of you out here will know. If you've got one of those dark coloured cars, spotting tar on a black or a dark coloured car isn't always the easiest thing. So I figured the safest thing to do here, which is absolutely spray the hell out of the side of the car, yeah, and leave that for a couple of seconds to soak, just to do its thing. And yeah, so then spray a bit onto the cloth here, give the panels a real thorough wipe over. You can genuinely feel if you've got tar stuck to the vehicle, you can just feel it grabbing a bit on the cloth. And we just continue this down this side of the car and then repeat the process on the other, and hopefully the job is a good one. Next up we have Carchem's Iron Detox. Literally covered the car with this, as you would do. Didn't really show any reaction because you can't really see it on the black paint, but obviously it's a step that you need to do. So yeah, just to prove that I did actually use it really. So we gave the car a rinse down after this, and then gave it another wash. So this is Carchem's 1900:1 shampoo, and then we follow this up with a full clay bar. Unfortunately, now I'm editing this video today, I can't find the footage for the clay bar, and I did. Whoops! I think I might have dropped a bit of a boo-boo. So you'll just have to take word for it. Yes, I did clay bar my car. Sorry. Right guys, so that's the wash done and that's the decon done. So I had to dodge a lot of rain showers to get that done. It's been an absolute pain. I don't think the car's ever been to wash in all its life. So we're going to move on to the next bit. So we're going to polish it. So I'm quite lucky. I've got 3 different polishers I'm going to be using today. So 5-inch backing plate on my new Ryobi 1 Plus dual action polisher. So we'll do the bulk of the work with that. Then I've got my trusty Dash 6 Pro, which has got the 3-inch backing plate on, so any hard to reach bits we shall do that on the smaller bits. And then I've also got a rotary which I can put a 1-inch spot pad on for doing all the really intricate bits, all those lower sills and around the bumper and stuff. So that's the plan. Products, what we're going to be using products. We're going to be doing my good old Shoal Concepts S20 Black. Absolutely love this stuff. It's a 1-stage compound, diminishing, so it starts off aggressive. The more you work it, it breaks down really fine. We'll do that on a Hexlogic green pad. We'll be using that, and then once I've done all of that, then we'll probably switch to, might not be today, probably will be tomorrow actually, the Shoal S40, which is their finishing compound, and I'll use a finishing pad on those just to just to hopefully make that absolutely shine. So I've got to get all this gear outside now, hopefully it's not raining again, and then we'll crack on. So let's get on with it, shall we? So I'm not going to bore you with the details of how I machine polish the car. There are plenty of videos out there on YouTube that will explain the process to you. Far better than I probably could. So yeah, we just literally spreading the polish out here at a low speed, and then we'll crank it up in a minute, and yeah, just do several passes and get the job done, and hopefully we'll show you some results momentarily. So we're just going to look here. This is the bonnet finished on the left hand side. The right hand side hasn't been done yet, so you can just see the slight difference that it's made. I probably could go again, to be fair, but this was just an enhancement, not necessarily a correction as previously said. So yeah, I was happy with the results I got at this stage, so yeah, on with the rest of it. Just working my way around the car, just slowly, just trying to keep out the sun here really. As you can see, it was getting a bit bright in places. I don't like doing this obviously in direct sunlight because the polish just bakes on so quickly. But yeah, I managed to get away with it, to be fair. I managed to get a good working time with this time around. So once again, hats off to this product, it really is a good one. So once I completed the car, all I could get to with the dual action polisher, it was time to move over to the little rotary. Obviously this little area here, there's no way you'd get in here with the dual action, it just simply wouldn't be possible. So yeah, pop out this bad boy and get this done, and yeah, this finishes up all the actual machine polishing stages. So we're on to day 2 now, because rain stopped play a bit from day 1, as you can see by the wardrobe change. So yeah, so I woke up this morning and I had to wash the car again, obviously, because I don't want to start putting down polish on a dirty car. So yeah, we gave her a wash and then dried it, and then now we're literally just going on to the homebrew IPA just to remove any of the remaining wax that was left, or the oils and waxes that were left from the machine polishing. It's finally time for a bit of wax protection. So yeah, I think we will all agree that she's got a bit of a shine to her already. So here, this is the SGCB wax applicator. I really do struggle with pronouncing that name, so I'll have to write it down for that bit. Yeah, a cracking little puck, comes with 2 little foam applicators, absolutely brilliant. So yeah, just slapping it on here, little product goes a long way, small circular motions, and then we'll leave this to haze off and then buff it off in a second. So once it's dried, sufficiently, we just use one little cloth here just to wipe it off. I think already you can see she's really starting to shine. So make sure we get all the residue off here, and then we'll flick to a plusher buffing towel just to give it a final wipe, and hopefully you guys can appreciate the shine that now is coming through on the old girl. So just finishing up, just getting these hard to reach areas. You obviously can't get in here with a puck, so this is the foam applicator pad that came with the built hammered double speed wax. Just great for getting in these really tricky areas. Which brings us on to this. So this is the final shots. This is the car all finished now, nothing more to do. She's all dressed, she's all shiny, all done. 2 days work, my back aches. Let's have a recap in the man cave. Right everybody, that is it, that's done. So, car's all finished, looking peachy I think, a bit worn out if I'm being honest with you. I'm not 20 anymore, that was a bit hard going towards the end, I was getting a bit tired. So, there's no water behaviour shots on it, I'm just going to leave it now, let it cure for as long as I can. It is, looking out the window here, it's probably going to rain in a bit anyway, so hey ho, there we go. So the plan with that now is we will we'll leave that, and we'll just kind of do like a weekly update. I know Dave at Decon the Beast, he's put that on his was car. In his tests that he did, it performed fantastically. But out in the real world, on his was car, yeah, it's kind of failed after a couple of months. So we will try and do a weekly update on that, just to see how that performs compared to his results. I think that will be interesting, because obviously mine's a daily driver as well. So there we go. Prep wise, obviously, I only used the Skoll S20 Black. I didn't use the ultra fine cut, the S40. Just running out of time. The weather's been pants. Yesterday I had stopped God knows how many times and had to keep drying the car off every 5 minutes because it kept raining. And yeah, today it was either glorious sunshine, baking hot. Black cars don't like sunshine, obviously, or it was threatening rain. So I just wanted to get it done. So I'm happy with what I've got. Brilliant. So there we go. So what have I learned? The actual product itself goes on really well. If you over apply it, yes, it can be a bit of a pain, a little bit to buff, you can feel it grabbing, but as long as you don't go silly, a little, as always, a little goes a long way. And to be fair, you'd hardly know I'd even touch that pot. Yeah, you wouldn't know, to be fair. So yeah, there's a lot of vehicles you can get out of that one. Application wise, I use the is it the SGCD, is it? I can never remember it. It is should get a better name, guys. SGCB Auto Care. This is their puck. I saw Paul Dalton Details using it the other week, the other month rather. So yeah, I picked it up. Comes with 2 of these. Nice little puck. Stick it on. Fantastic. Well worth the expense. They are. And yeah, I used for the first time. I got that in. I think I picked that up on one of their Black Friday sales just to try. Car Chem's panel wipe. Brilliant product. Did really well. Up until then I'd always use this, which is John from Forensic Detailing. That's his IPA mix, so yeah, that's his homebrew, and it works really well. But that was, you can tell it's got a stronger isopropanol alcohol content in it. It is much stronger, but it, yeah, really did I get my words out, Mark, put my teeth back in, did really well. So that's it. So yeah, we'll see how that performs. So I'm not going to do anything crazy with it. Like I say, weekly updates, hopefully, and we'll see where we go with that. So I think next we'll do something with the wife's car. That'll be the next video. Got lots of little products here to try. I haven't really bought anything really lately. I don't know if you know, I do a I've got a new Instagram account to do with the this YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description for that if any of you want to follow that. So I picked up the G-Technic little sample sets the other week, so I might do something with those on Jojo's car. And I've also got over here the Alien Magic Deluxe sample set. Get the line out. So there is a fair bit of product in there to try. So we'll try that at some point. And that's it. So guys, as always, thank you so much. Put that back to the fall over. Thank you so much for watching. It's always a pleasure to do these videos for you. I do thoroughly enjoy doing them, even if I am waffling and I'm a bit worn out. So we will see you on the next one. So until then guys, take care, have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bye.